And so don't talk to me about your childhood, because you don't know what I've been through, the things I've seen and the things I've been forced to do. Limbs flying everywhere. I sent children out there to die. 1 minute Petey was cracking jokes, the next half of him was hanging off a tree. You ever hear a man try to scream with no lungs? And so I don't want to hear about nobody's childhood. They weren't on Boys versus Girls Island Wars back in the day, because I would be a real asset in the military after the time I spent on this and the things that I achieved. Ukraine, if you ever need someone, call me. Now, next time I go shopping, I may have to ask for the military discount, because I've done tours on those islands. Nah, all my friends were playing Call of Duty, Battlefield. Get that out of here. The real test of friendship was telling someone to genuinely hop on Boys vs. Girls Island Warfare. And tell me why boys treated playing on the girls team back in the day like it may have been a punishment worse than death. Now, what team was I batting for? Now, that's for me to know only, bro. For context, Boys vs. Girls Island Wars was a game created by Tadcool, who, I didn't know this had to be said, but your avatar does not need to go that hard, man. Why is he aura farming like that on 2012 Roblox? Anyways, the game was created way back in July 2010, and it has an absurd 51.5 million visits on Roblox, despite having a surprisingly low like to dislike ratio at around 66%. The premise was simple. You have a long map, an island on each end, one for girls and one for boys, and your goal is just to kill each other, just chaos, just some men want to see the world burn. At some point, it was updated to have a middle island with a flag that you can capture to win the game after half an hour of holding it. What made this game cool too is that you have like vehicles like a tank, helicopter, and boats, and they actually kind of work to this day, although I honestly don't know how to get to the helicopter, and the tank only moves forwards if you look at the ground behind you at a very specific angle. Now, this game changed a lot over the years, and older versions of the game look fairly different with a different map, weapons, vehicles, but the basic gameplay stayed mostly the same. It's completely died out over the years and now has no activity, but back in the day, this was actually kind of fire. Also, I'm just starting out and would really appreciate anyone who could like or subscribe. It's free, but obviously you don't have to. But now, Japan, if zombies ever invade, don't worry, don't even think about it, because I'm already gonna be in there doing that. After playing ninjas versus zombies on Roblox, when you look at something like World War Z with zombies taking over the world, you have to wonder, where was the bombastic ninja of awesome? Genuinely. Because I think when you pull out the lava katana, it might be game set match for the zombies. Now, ninjas versus zombies was always a lot more niche, but it still has a respectable 6.3 million visits to this day. The basic gameplay loop was this: you spawn in the store, you get your ninja morph, because obviously the time to aura farm and be nonchalant is when there's a zombie apocalypse, and then you buy a sword and you drop into the map just to survive and kill zombies. The map is low-key iconic because I haven't seen it for a solid 75% of my lifetime, and yet I still recognized it the second I joined while writing this. Now, the player isn't even the only person who aura farms in this game. There's an NPC in one of the buildings who just stands there and ignores the zombies. He's just aura farming like that. Bro, you're not him, man. You're not him. This game was just solid back in the day, and I remember watching YouTube videos of like kids playing it back then, and it's crazy to think that the kids posting that like iPad game footage on Roblox, zombies versus ninjas, they're older than me now. Well, they were back then too, but they're adults. The game is dead nowadays, but someone actually joined me while I was playing the game to research for this video, which was pretty sick, and it goes to show that reviving these games isn't actually impossible. 007, Jason Bourne, Black Widow, Jack Ryan, John Wick. What do these people all have in common? They work in the shady underbelly of our world, but that's all fiction. That's look, you put them in a room with someone who played the Underground War back in the day, it's over. It's over. And it's trench warfare too. If I was in World War I with a swivel, hell nah, Germany man, on my timing it's jerf you, bro. Oh, I really wrote that. Bro, come on. And this game has some of the most satisfying sniping I've seen. It has no right going this hard sniping people who are just on the other side of the wall. The Underground War came out in 2008 and has been a massive hit ever since, with the game still to this day having around 80 active players at any time. I can't find the original upload, but the new version fixed some bugs to keep it playable, and it has 400 million visits, which is just colossal. The game was fire back in the day, and it's fire to this day. You can still play it in its original form. The gameplay gameplay is simple. You spawn on your team's side of the wall with a sniper and a sword shovel tool called a swivel, and you have to go underground and dig with your shovel to reach the other team's side of the wall. You go back above ground, take their flag, and bring it back to your base to score a point. The game lasts for 20 minutes, and getting kills or scoring flags rewards you with points. Roblox FPS games back in the day were just fire, and I'll always appreciate how there are never any like meta mechanics outside of just basic gameplay. There's no skill-based matchmaking, or just matchmaking at all, really. There aren't many very intrusive microtransactions. There's not even a menu. You just press play and you're in there, like it's some classic NES game.
Now watch this drive.
I'm experimenting with a shorter video format so I can upload more often, and I would really appreciate anyone who could leave a comment offering me any kind of feedback, even if you think the video is awful or something, but thanks for watching all the way to the end.